Sure.
Allow for part-time workers?
No, and we'll talk about that a little bit. It's for what happens when we go into these places. It's a lot of times it's very strip it down to the bolts and start over, because production hours are so critical in order to keep training frequency is obviously one of our largest business drivers. So in order to recognize that renewal revenue over and over again, we need to see that training frequency at a high level. So we had to take most of the part-time staff and just eliminate them. There's no new hires. We never hire anyone who can't work full-time in any of the clubs that I do anything with. But certainly with the Equinox thing, we weeded out everyone who was part-time and said, if you can't make a full-time commitment, then we can't make a full-time commitment to you, unfortunately. But what we did was embed ourselves so deeply with those members and with the clients that we had, that when we let people go, we were able to reallocate them to other trainers, and they're still here. So we didn't lose the clientele. And there's a strategy that we kind of use for that as well when we sell new business to people, in that I've always done for years, and it's selling the program. We never sell any one individual trainer to anyone. It's when you come in to meet with me about personal training, we discuss that option. We're presenting the program. We never target one per individual and say this is the person best suited to take care of you. We say that, in this situation, we'll say to people, we have 40 amazing individuals. They all do something different. Let's qualify you and find out we want to find out who's best suited for you, but we're going to give you a group. And when you commit to the personal training service, we're going to find you X amount of people who are able to service you. So if you're my personal training client, but you also train with 3 other trainers, if I walk out the door tomorrow, you have other positive influences or point of contacts to keep you in the building. So if you set it up right from the point of sale process, you never have to feel like you're handcuffed to anybody or that the prisoners run the jail. But you have to start thinking about that in your initial presentations. At the point of sale, when you sell the service right away, that you don't work with one individual. We often suggest work with multiple people. Just so you have it's already established right from day one. That's how this works. You're going to see this person for your resistance training. You want to do something a little bit more dynamic. Well, we have someone who specializes in kettlebell, some TRX, some Viper, things like that. And you know what? If you're interested in weight loss is something that you're seriously, a consideration for you, why don't we have you kickbox with someone else, 1 day a week on this day? So we spread the ball around. So, in terms of feeling like you're going to lose people if you have to make reductions in staff, I believe if you do the right thing from day one with the prospect, you're embedded in those relationships, you don't lose those clients when you cut your part-time staff. And I've seen that over years. You just have to make sure we're deeply embedded in these relationships. And to be fair, everything's different, right? Like when when we see a trainer move on or a trainer be released, there's always that 15, 20 minutes where the person freaks out and they're like, I'm never going to train with anybody else. They've changed my life. They're the best person in the world. As soon as you get them set up with someone else, it's different, right? It's a different experience. So they stomp up and down. You say, please, let me make this right by you. When you first met with me the first time, did I give you this amazing person? Absolutely. Well, great. They're not here any longer. But you trusted me the first time, you're going to trust me again. And I'm going to set you up, and it's going to be different. Most times when it's different, it's new, it's still exciting. They want to fight it. They want to hate the new trainer. They want to be like, oh, this guy's never going to be as good as the person that I had before. But they are, just in a different way. So, we can combat that kind of stuff. But as far as